thank you so much for joining us here today. We're outside Lonsdale Street Roasters. Tell us a little bit about the business.
Okay, pretty much we set up in December 2010 and we wanted to bring fresh roasted coffee to the inner city. It's been a hard slog, but pretty much, as you can see, the rewards of, the rewards for all the hard work.
So you haven't been open for that long, really?
No, a year and a half.
Yeah, how was it established since a year and a half ago?
Look, we started off with it all comes down to our product. We backed it and it worked. There's a lot of walk-by traffic around here and a lot of traffic going through, as you'll see, and we just took a little bit of it.
I think you've taken most of the walk-by traffic at least.
Well, that's why we're opening another shop.
And where's that going to be situated?
It's pretty much on Lonsdale Street, but about 200 metres away. And
Same name?
Same name, always. Look, we've created a brand in the first year and a half, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. So we just need more space to be able to produce the product, which got us here in the first place.
And your locations are very central, very accessible.
Yes.
Were they chosen for that reason, or was it just available?
And it also has to be on the sunny side of the street.
Why's that?
Because morning trade, you need the sun. It's as simple as that. A lot of people put, in winter you've got the morning sun, and in summer you've got it too. We open at 6 o'clock, so we see every sunrise. So it's always good to be on the sunny side of the street.
Yeah, beautiful. So tell us a little bit about your past. You started in Canberra and then you moved away and now you're back?
Well, I was brought up in Canberra. I went to Belconnen High, Hawker College.
True local?
Yeah, true local. And then in 1991 I left for about 15 years, travelling all over the world and just broadening my skills and skill set. And when I came back to Canberra, I met my wife. Never thought I'd meet her in Canberra, just so you know. And
travelled the world and you met her back at home.
Met her back in Canberra. It's just one of those things. And from there, we decided that we would do something here in Canberra. It's a really good demographic for us. And my wife is a doctor in art history, so she did that at ANU, and so she has a lot of friends here, and also is able to do most of her work here.
That's awesome. Worked out really well for both of you.
Yeah, and now kids. So,
and how did the partnership with yourself, Alistair, and Paul
Alistair and I have known each other for about 10 years now. We met in Newcastle, and it was time that Canberra saw what we could do. And with all the skills that we'd sort of got together, and with Paul came in a little bit later, but still he's an integral part of our business, the food and also the service and so forth. Sort of puts us ahead of the curve in Canberra, and we just want other people to catch up because we're ready to go again. You know, we're ready to take another step, and we just want, because if we're allowed to do this, we'll just keep on taking all of the coffee customers. So they've got to have to wake up one day.
And how do your different skill sets between the three of you all complement each other?
Well, my skill set's in baristering and service. Paul's is in food and service, and Alistair's is in roasting. So now we can pretty much do everything each now. So it means when we do expand, there will be one partner there to look over it and make sure that it works right. So it's taken us a while to get to this standard. Okay?
Yeah. Amazing. So tell us more about the roasting side of things.
Okay, pretty much we buy in green beans from all over the world: Colombia, Brazil, Guatemala, Costa Rica. We also get some local. Well, we'd consider it local. It's P&G Gold. And what we do from there is put them through a roasting process of approximately 15 to 17 minutes, okay, which is just pretty much like an overpowered or gas-powered tumble dryer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so from that, and from there we're able to give customers the freshest coffee. Not too fresh, obviously it needs time to settle. So and we can roast on demand. So all of a sudden you'll start seeing our name pop up in different places, because a lot of cafes they're not trying to replicate us, but they want our product. So that's fantastic for us.
And do you roast different beans in different ways depending on where they're from?
Well, where they're from, whether or not they're washed or sun-dried, you know, whether or not it's a decaf or
sounds like a bit of a science.
Well, there is a science to it. But at the end of the day, we've all got to remember it's a cooking process. So it takes time and years of practice to be able to cook as a chef, to be able to cook as a roaster, and so forth. In my opinion, it's 15 minutes of like just watching temperature gauges. And for me, I'm a little bit more excited about the service and about talking to people and getting them on board with what we're trying to do. I've been trying to talk to Andrew Barr about involving sports, businesses and arts. We were at CMAG for the King O'Malley exhibition. Okay, so that's been fantastic, and so just being able to put back into the community would be my main goal. Obviously we need to feed ourselves, but getting community involvement, that's where our money comes from, so it needs to go back.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So you started this cafe from scratch.
That's right.
Tell us about that.
Well, it was a scuba store, and trust me, the blue paint was like psych ward blue. It drove me insane for months with building. So it was a scuba store, and what we did was because it was an old Crown lease, we were able to change the use quite easily and dig up all the drains, design the bulkhead. I'd wanted to paint it all black, and we've created one wall where the wall is for local artists to be able to come and show their stuff off. Other than that, it is an old building. We love old buildings. It's all double red brick, and we've put enough holes in it. We don't understand why the building's still standing up for all the holes that we've drilled in it. But it's still it's standing there. It's standing, and we're standing, and we're going to try and keep it standing for as long as possible. And
what kind of process do you go through starting a cafe from scratch? Like, well, there must be so many different aspects.
Well, you've just got to keep it simple, and not only that, so put your designs, think of your designs, and then have a good rapport with a builder, a plumber, an electrician, and be able to tell them what you want instead of letting them do it. Pretty much, I put in drains and enough power to do 2,000 coffees in a day, and we're at our 1,000, 1,200 mark at the moment. So at the end of the day, we compensated for power. Well, for now, always overcompensate in power and drainage. There you go. That's if you're starting from scratch, always do that.
So what happens if in a year's time you're making 3,000? Then
well, that's why we're opening the other shop. Hopefully, it just becomes that it splits the business, and there is a new market up the road. And I know it's only 200 metres, but there is a new market there.
So you have a full-blown staff, obviously, because you are going so well. Tell us about the customer service and the side aspects of things.
I spent some time in Japan, and what I wanted to do was bring back just a pinky of their service. You know, I would make sure that every person that walks through the door, and that's why it is set up the way it is, that every person that walks in and out is said they should get a hello and goodbye, and that's what made us a little bit more successful, because people aren't used to it.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not used to seeing a smiley face behind the coffee machine. They're usually seeing someone that's stressed out, and, you know, and doesn't want to make a soy decaf latte. You know, that's what happens. What we've done and what I plan to do, and it's worked, was just take a little bit of the Japanese service, customer service, and the staff are all over it. They love it.
So do you train them yourself?
Well, we did from the start. Now we've got other people training. Now we run about 13 staff members in a day, and we're getting new ones along, but they always just slip in and fill it, fill the spot perfectly. We wouldn't be here without them. I'm telling you, they are a great bunch of people.
So where do you see yourself going from here? Obviously opening another cafe and then taking over Canberra?
Distribution.
Okay.
And not only that, putting that customer service into that distribution side where our name and our brand is out there and growing stronger.
Wonderful. And where can we find more information on Lonsdale Street roasting?
I've got a phone number and I'm very good over the phone. So 6156 0975.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us.
Not a problem. Take care.